synthesis. Hezbollah appears to have struck an artful balance. Now this is white folks analyzing what happened so they can fix it up. Now remember, white folks study that, but Iran and Hezbollah has already moved on from this stuff. But what do? Artful balance between the conventional and unconventional in its military strategy, tactics, weapons, and organization, signaling its shift from a resistance group to a resistance army. Let's talk about Hezbollah, 2006. Do you remember my lectures? I gave 3 lectures on that. I called it Basha, good news. Did anybody else mention that was good news? They was crying, poor Lebanon. I came out and said, that's good news. Within a week's time, I'm telling you, there's some clairvoyance going on. You can't sit down here and mention that the end is coming and they're getting ready. In Iran, the fountains are running red with blood. There's no day. They're getting close to that again. They have arrived. They said, "Fuck you." You know when you say, "Man, you've been chasing me around too long and messing with me." That's it. You calculated what you can lose, what you can gain, whatever it is. You're tired of it, and I ain't taking it no more. That's the way Iran is with the U.S. The U.S. and the Israelis is finally, remember, Israel gonna be hit right away. They're gonna be hit right away. They might get pushed into using nuclear weapons. You don't know. They got it. I draw attention to strategic difference between a resistance that fights a regular army occupying the land, launches operations against it from within the land, meaning guerrilla warfare of attrition, and a resistance that stands in the face of an aggression seeking to occupy the land and prevents it from doing so and inflicts defeat on it. Resistance liberates land, but resistance to prevent an aggression against a country, this is something new. The first retreat of the Israeli army was in 2000. They pulled from the Shaba farms in Lebanon. They just got out and left. Said, forgive it. But they still held parts of it. They got their behind out of Lebanon, just about. The country, Israeli aggression. The definition of a resistance was consequently expanded to include the withstanding of an invasion, or in other words, resisting the threat of occupation. By constructing the concept of resistance in this fashion, Hezbollah had entrusted itself with the mission of defending Lebanese territory from attack, a role traditionally carried out by state military. So Hezbollah evolved. There's a few things that I want to mention. Never saw them build anything. Must have brought the cement in by the spoonful. They say these bunkers and everything was built by Lebanese. By Hezbollah, the Zionists had full focus on everything they was doing. Here's what they say. They never saw them build anything. They must have brought the cement in by the spoonful. How do they pull it off? While such advanced planning and preparation are not unique to conventional armies, Hezbollah's elaborately prepared defense works shared more in common with a regular army's preparation for repelling an invasion than with a guerrilla group plans for staging a counterattack and absorbing the anticipated counterattack. The resistance intricately designed a network of underground bunkers. Remember, they said, we don't know where they came from, they ghosts. Do you know that language? They ghosts. Where do they come from? Israelis sitting on their tanks, technically crying big fat tears. Now, Israelis now are fatter than they was then. 12 years ago, something. Think of Americans just back a few years ago. Think of them, what do? They watch TV. I just want to read, on the tactical level, the low visibility Hezbollah shares with other irregular forces served it well in pursuing its strategic objectives. And so far as it did not have exposed targets like barracks and tanks, nor did it leave behind any logistical footprint that would be hidden. Resistance forces used combined tactics whereby they would hold on some places but yield in others, counterattack in some locations but withdraw in others. On one hand, the resistance dispersed its forces into small cells who engaged in mobile combat tactics and surprise attacks in line with other unconventional military actors. On the other hand, it adopted tactics that usually identified with conventional armies. I want to find this part that I've always, the conjoining of unconventional with conventional warfare was also mirrored in a wide range of weapons Hezbollah used, combining rudimentary weapons accessible to most guerrilla groups with advanced weapons systems, which even rivaled those of some states. But it was not simply this juxtaposition of the outdated and the modern, which testified to Hezbollah's unique contribution to warfare, but more tellingly, its skill in turning the primitiveness of those weapons to its advantage. What we always say, the higher the tech they go, the lower tech you go. While using more advanced weapons created, here's what we're saying. And I'll just stop this to let you know, Iran, Hezbollah, they combined, remember I said they combined second generation warfare with fourth generation. Now they would just combine maybe third with fifth. But whatever they do, those, what they call ancient weapon system can be adapted to some of the modern technology. Pretty soon they'll be able to put a missile on the end of this thing right here. And it stays on, it just stays on it, and bam, it hits it, right? The computer, this thing is a laptop. They're going to be out there in a few years with the laptop sitting there pointing at the thing coming in. And then the missile is going to automatically fire and keep in track what the thing is supposed to hit. Sure, why not? You know, Hezbollah they would break into Israeli stuff all the time they wanted. Israelis would break into theirs, but anytime it goes back and forth, fine, who cares? Here's what I'm saying about tonight. We did this, now I'm going to just go on. So the Negro is the one that got the people in this. This is what we're saying. So the Negro can get them out of it. They people can. You know, this is where we've been headed all the time. I would talk to Brother Tufel about this all the time. Is this the last go-round, the second to the last go-round, or where are we at on the continuum? This might be the one that set up the big change, the big transition. But we have to think like that. The world cannot stand but a few more years of this crackpot. So we got to have big events. Okay, it may take one more big war, but that big war would have to bloody the Zionists and the Americans so bad. You got to remember, all their friends is within their sphere. All of the white man's friends. Iran for 10 years have had missiles that can hit Tel Aviv. They've been having them. First 1,200 kilometers, then 2,000 kilometers, and they can hit them with accuracy. Conventional weapons. But what do they think the Iranians are doing now? There's probably 10,000 people underground putting together as many missiles as they can. Of course they are. So they have backup. The reason they wanted to get rid of Iran's missiles, we need a new treaty to talk about the missiles. That wasn't part of it, right? Don is saying, we want that. Why he want that? The missiles will be 10 years before they can hit America. They'll hit the Israelis. Who's the one that called all of this into play? The Zionists. We have to show it. We're showing it right now, the American people. I'm going to tell you how we did this and make it simple. We cooned and we clowned the Americans, the Israelis, and the Saudis. All three of them are arrogant. They're all arrogant. Those are the easiest people to clown. You just do this, and they get all mad. They start losing composure. Pretty soon, they make irrational. Look at all of them now. Look at everything. They said the U.S. policy is irrational. Well, what is the U.S. policy? They said the Zionists took the Golden Heights and did this, that, and other, and the U.S. embassies in Jerusalem. And they're going to have a meeting, the deal of the century. And ain't nobody going but a few dumb Arabs. Some Arabs, right? They are, what's our favorite word? Discombobulated. Now, do we know that that's what we're doing? Of course we do what we're doing. I'll say again, why do you think we never responded to them $2 Negroes in Oakland? Because this is the main fight. You think anybody cares? Yep, we'll go back and do what we got to do when we get ready. This is the main fight. We've been engineering this. We've been talking about it, looking at it, and studying it, and everything they do. Now, they put us on this in the front of this newspaper a while ago, and that's a good article. But they put it there for a different reason. They put that there, the Iranians put it there to show the other Iranians where abdul-alim Musa is coming from. Oh, that's 2016, maybe. They're getting ready to deal it was still brand new. It's a good article. Unity and vision, all of that. But they put it there to show all the brothers. Because that was in a political newspaper. It was not in the standard, it was in the political newspaper. The other guy on the front page was one of the Larry Johnny brothers, wanted to wear the Imam in Parliament. So, who put it there? Remember the guys when I came home, was that 71 or 72? Might have been 71. They had a birthday cake with 71 on it. You saw that? Okay. Now the guy, the Iranian guy, that does that. His father just passed away. But his father was offered the same job Zarif got, or that got him that job at the UN mission. Because see, that Iranian guy was born here. He's actually a U.S. citizen. So he can go back and come back all he wants. I had that program, How to Punk the FBI, because they raided his apartment when I was there, looking for somebody named Mustafa. He was either Arab or Iranian. And he told the SWAT team, said, "We want to see your ID." I said, "I'm inside. I'm not showing you no ID. I don't have to have no ID to be inside." So he was on the phone. And the sergeant said, "He's putting on his clothes to go to jail because he's not going to." No, I told him I ain't doing that. So I was just putting on my outfit. We're going to jail. So when I came back here, I said, "Would you show me that picture again? Does anybody here look like that damn Mustafa? He's an Arab or Iranian or Pakistani. Somebody, hell, he ain't no Negro. So why the hell you go here looking?" So when we got back, I had the program, How to Punk the FBI, 2007. 2007, 8, 9 are crucial years for this. Because these are the years that we solidified what are our goals for the Islamic Republic. Remember we said we're taking over the management of the Islamic Republic. That's what we said. That's what we meant. But nobody believed it. They just went on like about their business. They didn't know we was dead serious. So we had to light a fire. How do we keep Bibi mad and the U.S. mad and everybody mad, Saudis mad? By making fun of them. Triangle of Terror. Remember that? 2011. And it's pretty well outlined. To keep them mad. You have to ask yourself, are they upset when they think about Imam Musa or Negrocious, whatever they call it? Negrocious the Great. Negrocious the Great. That's a friend of mine. Well, I like Negrocious the Great. Because Negrocious the Great is great, but in human terms, Negrocious the Great is greater than any 5 or 10 of their professors and scholars put together. It's proof. It just tell the truth. We have to, is that true or is it not true? I mean, we just got to come to that. So nobody said, no, it's not true. I'm assuming that means yes. Then, look, now, we get them in, we can get them out. The same thing, you can ask the heavy-set brother over at IEC, the Iranian. Where's the glasses? He's heavy-set. His name might be Hassan or something like that. Anyway, I told them last year, tell the brothers, I said, have I ever told y'all anything or miscalculated or misanalyzed anything? He said, absolutely not. I said, I want to go over there because this stuff is happening right now. My goal was to go there and show them the benefits, because Zarif and all of them and Rouhani and them see only their part. We did this, now nobody likes us. Or we didn't give this. No. They don't know it, but their negotiating was great. Just we told them this, I don't know if y'all remember. As soon as you sign whatever you sign, double cross them. Double cross them. Why? Why am I double cross them? Because they got to double cross you. They can't help themselves. You don't always know whether this was a double cross from the setup, from the get-go. The Democrats would get them to go and sign all that stuff, and then here come the Republicans. You don't know whether that was a plan or not. What we do know is Obama was in a hurry to get a treaty, and his focus and Kerry's focus was on nuclear weapons. So was everybody else. The Israelis was the only one. That's why the Israelis and the Saudis hated that treaty from day one. We're telling the American people, you go over there and lift a finger, you're fighting for Israelis and Saudis. Because your government is too stupid. Don, that big fool, well, he's kind of a fool, but he got enough sense to know. Somebody told him, man, you bluff, and they called you a bluff. That's all. You can't bluff here. They're not Mexicans or Canadians, right? And they're not Chinese. Chinese, when they fought for their liberation, they was deep in that concept of martyrdom. A little bit. It was pretty much into it. They had to lose so many people. You gotta. They're not into that now.